Logan Paul. It's okay, guys. Just don't be afraid. He's not here in the room with us right now. I'm just saying his name. I don't think Logan Paul needs an introduction. You already know who he is. But put in simple terms, he is a douchebag. I know, no surprise there. This guy really only cares about himself and his image. And speaking of this image, it's pretty much destroyed because nobody really likes this dude. I mean, here's him getting booed at WrestleMania. And I think this little clip right here pretty much sums up what people think of him. And honestly, I don't feel bad for Logan Paul at all, nor should you, because if you remember from 2 years ago, CoffeeZilla exposed Logan Paul's huge crypto scheme called CryptoZoo. And if you remember, Logan Paul thought it was a great idea to sue CoffeeZilla for defamation. Yes, you're hearing that correctly. He had the balls to sue CoffeeZilla for exposing Logan Paul's crypto scam that literally scammed people out of millions and millions of dollars. And the reason why I made this video in the first place, because documents from the courts have been revealed that make Logan look pretty bad. Because it shows messages of him texting a friend, pretty much saying like, oh, I'm gonna ruin CoffeeZilla's life for what he did to me. But the main person who brought these messages and files to light was this YouTuber named Legal Bytes. Here's her original video covering the situation. I recommend go watching it. Or no, you don't want to watch that video since I'm covering it here, pretty much. Go check out one of our other videos on her channel. They seem pretty interesting. But I'm not the smartest guy explaining stuff, so I'm gonna let her explain in her like legal terms because she is a lawyer, so she knows what she's talking about.
Logan Paul is essentially suing CoffeeZilla for calling him a scammer over the whole CryptoZoo saga. And if you're familiar with defamation, you know that truth of a statement is an absolute defense to defamation. So if it turns out that Logan Paul in fact did defraud / scam all of these CryptoZoo investors, and a court effectively concludes that, whether it's a judge or a jury, that conclusion effectively cuts Logan Paul's defamation claim at the knees. So CoffeeZilla is saying, let's litigate these cases together, at the very least for efficiency's sake. Now, I will say that is a pretty good argument. Courts like to be efficient. They don't usually like to see the same case or issue get relitigated if it doesn't have to. So we'll see what the judge says on this whole issue.
So to pretty much sum up what she's saying here is that Logan Paul is suing CoffeeZilla because CoffeeZilla called him a scammer. And as you know, Logan Paul is saying that he pretty much hasn't scammed anybody. He was not the scammer. And you're probably thinking like, what? How is this gonna work? He literally did. He's the one who literally started up CryptoZoo. Well, pretty much he's just blaming his partners. Because if you remember, it wasn't just him, it was like 5 other people. And unlike Logan Paul, they actually got away with some money. And Logan Paul is pretty much trying to say like, oh, I didn't get away with no money, so I didn't scam anybody. But even though the intentions are still there. And now CoffeeZilla is trying to use the text messages between Logan Paul and his friends to show that Logan Paul isn't as innocent as he seems. Obviously, we know he's not innocent at all. He's a douchebag, but the court doesn't know that. And that Logan Paul is literally trying to squeeze as much money out of CoffeeZilla as possible. And obviously in a defamation case, that is a no-no.
Courts don't like to see inefficiencies in litigation in general, but they also don't like seeing that when one side has significant resources that the other side doesn't, the wealthy side is unfairly using those resources to weaponize the litigation process without a legitimate reason. And so that's where all of these new texts come in. CoffeeZilla says that in addition to scheming this backdoor into the class action case, Logan Paul filed this case to use his billions of dollars to destroy CoffeeZilla in retaliation for making him look bad and to serve a message to anyone who might criticize him.
Like, Logan Paul, you're literally the only person that's making yourself look bad. Like, CoffeeZilla didn't tell you to start up a crypto scam with a bunch of criminals in order to make a quick bag off of your fans. Or I guess people actually bought the crypto coins. CoffeeZilla didn't tell you to do that. You did it. And also, don't expect people to like you after you say sorry for getting scammed by your scumbag partners. And then turn around immediately after and sue CoffeeZilla for exposing the scam. And here's even more further proof that Logan Paul cannot stand CoffeeZilla's guts and has what it seems like a pretty deep hatred for this guy. Not that you guys need any more proof. I'm sure you figured it out by now.
And to serve a message to anyone who might criticize him. Specifically, he says, Paul is also using this lawsuit to punish CoffeeZilla, whom Paul perceives as his online nemesis, and make him a cautionary tale to other critics.
A little gnat He's like, a little fucking annoying. Nah, it bothers me. He won. He got to me, bro. He's the most formidable opponent I've had. I'm not kidding.
Paul's own messages with friends and associates explicitly confirm his motive. And then CoffeeZilla attaches a bunch of text messages that they got from Paul's phone.
And also, these messages are apparently legit. I don't want Logan Paul suing me. Logan Paul says, lowering up, suing this MFer into the grounds. A very Logan Paul thing to say. Then his friend says, then everything will come out. Court docs, public. Logan Paul responds saying, so everyone will see what happens for better or for worse. Like, Logan Paul, nobody's going to be on your side when the court docs get, released. Even without the text messages, it still makes you look very bad. And I think it's so ironic that they're talking about the court doc without even knowing that that message would literally be on the court doc. Then the friend says, it's to let others know it's not worth coming for you. There's a price to pay. This guy is meat riding like crazy. Logan Paul responds saying, that's the idea, need to shut it down. And this right here really shows that one of the reasons why Logan Paul was doing this is because it's a fear tactic. Because he knows himself that he's going to mess up again, and he doesn't want anybody else to call him out for it. Like the way CoffeeZilla did. Paul's friend then says public humiliation is always more effective. Logan Paul says, totally agree. And Logan Paul literally just straight up says the reason why he's literally doing this to just make his life difficult. And he also adds, Zilla will pay one way or another. Make sure of it. So yeah, clearly this dude is entering his anime villain arc. Like, I don't understand what this guy's trying to do with this lawsuit. Like, even if somehow CoffeeZilla still loses, or he pleads guilty because you squeezed him from all his money, at the end of the day, Logan Paul, you still did what you did. Like, that's just not going away. And these text messages make you look so bad. But I guess his ego just cannot let him lose. So he just has to win. And his friend literally tries to talk him out of it by saying bro, you're a billionaire. And Logan Paul responds by saying a petty billionaire. And again, Logan Paul literally admits that he wants CoffeeZilla to suffer by saying, I want people who have wronged me to suffer, while I continue getting wins on their grave. And that's pretty much all the text messages we have from Logan Paul. I don't know how Logan Paul is gonna try to win this case, because he plain out said it in text that he wants CoffeeZilla to suffer, and he wants this lawsuit as a message not to mess with Logan Paul. Or he'll just drain your bank account. I also see a lot of other YouTubers say oh, Logan Paul was finished from this. No, he's not. People that are watching him now are still gonna watch him. And he probably won't suffer much from this, from these text messages being revealed. I'm sure that he'll do just fine. It's just, this makes him pretty irredeemable at this point. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, I think you guys already know what to do. So why haven't you done it yet? Come on, bro. You lacking. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.